Just bear that in mind. I'm not saying that one simulator is the better one, but what I'm trying to tell you is that each of the simulators has its advantages, and I think the advantage of that sounds like a lawnmower. And one of the advantages of X-Plane is that you will have a more direct. You have to try it for yourself. You will have this direct control feeling of X-Plane. You will have a much better feeling flying the plane, and there are a lot of people out there who say that nothing compares with the flight model of X-Plane. But of course, if you have FSX, and if you crank up FSX with a lot of add-ons and a lot of planes, you will probably have, it will most probably look better than this simulator, and you will have a more detailed systems simulator, because to be honest with you, there are really good add-on planes for X-Plane, but there aren't any products for X-Plane like PMDG. I know that the Ramses 757 and the LOIJ Sim 727 come very close, very damn close to PMDG quality, but still it is not as detailed as PMDG. But the differences, they are really going away, and I think that in 1 or 2 years, I'm pretty sure we will have the most detailed add-ons for X-Plane that you can imagine. And to be honest with you, at the moment, if you watched my live stream, at the moment I am flying X-Plane a lot, just because I'm kind of, well, I spend so much time trying to optimize FSX that I was just looking for something different, because FSX, you know, you spend so much time optimizing it, trying new settings, trying new tweaks just to get the most out of your hardware, and that's pretty, it's tiring. At least for me, it's tiring. So and that's why I wanted to try something new. Okay, I shouldn't talk as much as I'm doing right now, because we are going to do this turn now. See, that's what I mean. I hate it. Okay, now it's working. I still think that X-Plane is a little bit loud here, so I'm tuning it down just a little bit, at least. And you will see, as soon as we leave this photorealistic scenery, you see this is an aerial picture actually. You see it here? These are the pictures of trees and streets. And as soon as we leave this scenery, we will you will see what you can do with X-Plane scenery with this HD mesh scenery that I was talking about. You can see it popping up here. Schmeichel, as you are here in the channel, I'm just having a question. You can see that I'm having some pretty like this, you know, do you see that? I want to change the heading, and the icon flips from left to right and from minus to plus, and it's very fiddly. Do you have any recommendations on optimizing that? Okay, and maybe Schmeichel, you can write in the channel if you have any. Okay, he's just telling me that the problem is known, and the only workaround is for the default planes to assign keys or buttons to the actual hardware. So, but I found out that if I go to the 2D panel, it's not as fiddly as it is with the 3D panel, so it's pretty okay. I think you can work around it. Okay, yeah, what I wanted to tell you is I'm doing this live stream now, and what I'm planning to do is another live stream today that will show you the same flights in FSX with all of my add-ons, with add-on planes, and what I want to do is I want to show you the difference between FSX and X-Plane, and you will have to decide for yourself which simulator is better for you. So we are almost at Jenbach now, and you can see here the drop-off between the photorealistic scenery and the stock, or not the stock X-Plane scenery, but the HD mesh version 2 scenery that I've downloaded. Bear in mind, these are big files that you need to download. The servers are very good. I downloaded everything that I needed for, let's say, the core of Middle Europe in about an hour. So that's not a big deal if you have a good internet connection. You can also order a DVD version, so you won't have any hassle with downloading speeds. Okay, we are moving. Oh yeah, and Schmeichel, just another question. You were in your videos, you are using a add-on software. I think it's Electronic Flight Assistant. Is that right? It's EFASS for X-Plane, I think. Is that right? So for all of you who are interested in some of the geographical, I think it's up here where the Rattenberg NDB is. I think it's up here somewhere. And the Rattenberg NDB, that's a very, very important navigational aid for pilots that approach into Innsbruck. So if you've ever flown an approach realistically into Innsbruck, you probably know the Rattenberg NDB, and it's over there. So you can still see the Inntal going up here, you can still see the Inn going up here, and you can see that with this aerial image, this this railroad track, the Inntal Autobahn, which is the main speedway going through Tyrol. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that for VFR flying, for those small general aviation airplanes, X-Plane is a wonderful simulator. If you want to have if you want to have a close feeling to VFR flying in real, maybe you should go for X-Plane, because it has the more sophisticated flight model. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it is right, or that it is carved into stone, but I would say that for VFR flying, if you want to go for those small airplanes, like practicing approaches, landings, takeoffs, all that stuff, maybe you should consider going for X-Plane. Okay, so we are continuing to follow this speedway here, the in-river, and you can see coming up just before us, I think it's let me take a look. Yeah, I think this is a town called Kundl, and this is Wörgl coming up here. And Wörgl, this place here, is the point where we're going to break off to the right and to follow the road heading to St. Johann. Okay, thank you, Schmeichel. He just told me that this EFASS, this electronic flight assistant software, is becoming payware, and the developer is completely vanished. No more official support and updates. Oh no, be aware, it became payware. Okay, it already is payware. Okay, so it's I think it's not that interesting for me anymore. What I'm using is X-Plane. Well, what am I saying? I'm confused. What I am using is Plan G. Everyone who watched my channel before will know that I'm using Plan G, which is a wonderful software. And it's a kind of moving. It's not a moving map, but it's something like that. It's a VFR flight planning tool, and you have a live map. You can see your plane moving around that map, and it's especially for VFR flying. It is very, very comfortable. So Schmeichel, yes, I've read your message on YouTube, and thank you very much for it. And I've already applied some of the settings you gave me here in X-Plane. All right, so this is Wörgl. Down there, as you can see, this is Wörgl, and you can see here's the Inntal-Autobahn. You can also see cars moving here, and the road breaks off to the right. Here's the main train station at Wörgl, and we are going to follow this road into this valley that I was talking about. So basically, in real life, in VFR flying, this is what you would do. You would search for spots in the countryside that are easily identifiable, like big factories, smoke chimneys, or churches, or prominent mountains. You will have to, because today. The thing is that when you go VFR flying, the chances that you will have a Garmin navigational aid, like this is a very simple version. It has a small moving map, and it's not very sophisticated, but nowadays almost all the planes are equipped with moving maps, like the Garmin. I mean, the G1000 is one of the most advanced